YouTube? Honestly here with another Sea of Thieves guide. Today I'll be showing you how to sink a skeleton galleon without firing a single cannonball. Not only that, but they'll hardly be able to shoot at you, so you don't have to worry about curse ball spam or getting knocked around as you're trying to fix holes. I'll be using the skeleton fleet raid voyages for the purposes of this video, but this technique will work on any skeleton galleon you encounter in the world. Alright, let's go. We'll start off by buying some basic supplies to make sure we're in good shape for the fight ahead. We'll
Stand a
get
bit
fruit from the
closer, would
shipwright
ya?
so that we can have a pocket full of pineapples. And we'll buy a cannonball crate from the merchant to help deal with the first two waves of sloops quickly. I'm a sucker for a well-placed cannonball crate. This is the cloud for the skeleton fleet. It'll always spawn in the middle of the map, southwest of Daggertooth Outpost and north of Reaper's Hideout, with the Arena Tavern somewhere in the center. If you sail out of bounds during the event, the skeleton ships will turn around and stop chasing you until you return to the area, which can be an effective way to recover if you get in trouble. Okay, let's get moving. We'll head towards the event that's already up. Make sure to turn your lights off and fill your pockets with the pineapples that you bought from the shipwright. Actually, now that I'm getting closer, I can see that the Galleon for this event is already spawned, so it's basically on the boss wave. If you're trying to steal the event from someone, this is the time, but for now I'm just going to dive so I can show you the event from the start. We'll pick an Athena raid voyage, but any trading company will do. You'll notice as you emerge, you can see the skeleton sloop beside you in the water if you chose to dive for the voyage. Make sure to use this information in addition to the direction of the wind to help you plan your next move. Mostly though, you'll just need to slow down a bit to make sure you're not going over the waves too quickly. Shoot the cannoneer first to make sure they're not hitting you, but then rake it from front to back with holes, going back towards the front to knock any skeletons off of holes that they might be fixing. Just put them in as many different spots on the ship as you can to fill them up with water quickly, and you'll sink them with less than 20 cannonballs. Once you see the ship stop moving, just pull up your sails and turn around to put yourself in position to harpoon the loot. Don't get too far from this cloud because the sloops will peel away from you, causing you to have to reposition yourself, and it takes forever. You'll lose a lot of time. Alright, when you're getting ready for the next wave, put yourself in position so that you're going parallel to the waves and not over them to give yourself nice smooth cannon angles. That way, even if the ship is not fully in view, it's easy to adjust and you don't have to make all kinds of vertical corrections. This is why I like the cannonball crate here. You don't even have to move to reload, just turn around. Okay, sinking the skeleton sloops is really just that easy. That's the only thing we're going to be using cannonballs for this time. Now let's get ready for the big boy. I'm going to catch a little wind here to get away from the edge of the event, make sure that we have some room. Make sure to keep your wheels straight, because if the galleon comes up under you, it'll give you a bunch of holes. Once you hear the horn, you're going to want to raise your sails to about 15 to 20% to ensure that you don't pass them and that they're going a little bit faster than you. Now run to the harpoon. This is the biggest step. Our strategy relies on staying close to the galleon so that their cannons are too high to shoot us. We'll reel ourselves in and give ourselves a hole. Remember, when you're ramming, you only receive one hole, but you can create 3. Okay, now that we have some water in the bottom, let's start bucketing. Whenever they're close enough, we'll throw water on their deck. Anywhere that lands on the floor of their ship will fill up their boat, so don't be shy with the buckets. Skeletons will shoot at you as you're doing this, which is why we made sure to have good food in our pockets. If you find that your ship is lagging behind too much to get water on their deck, increase your speed. Conversely, if you find yourself drifting into their cannon angle, you're going too fast and need to raise your sails a touch and slow down. The key here is just to keep your ship close enough to bail into them. Occasionally, the skellies will shoot the harpoon, causing it to break off, or the galleon will sail in an odd way, so you need to re-harpoon it. Aim for around the ladder with the harpoon. You don't want to pull up too far and expose yourself to their cannons if you can help it. If you do happen to lose the harpoon, sail directly into the galleon to set it up again and reduce the amount of time that they have to shoot it. It doesn't have to be perfect. As soon as you get it connected and reel yourself in, it'll start the process over again for you. You just have to get close enough to get the harpoon on there. Oh, don't forget to bucket your boat. What you really need to listen for is the death creak. Once you hear that, you know your ship is close to sinking. You'll gotta get at least a couple buckets in to buy yourself some time. Try to keep your ship in no more than 3 lower holes, or it's gonna get a little tough to manage, but don't panic and lose your harpoon either. Just grab a few buckets, you reel yourself in, you grab a few buckets, you reel yourself in. And this is your strategy. This is also how you're defeating them. You can also bucket directly into the captain's quarters here with this hole in the back. Remember, you just gotta get it on the floor. Look at that. We're recovered. Don't get too stressed out about holes. When you're getting close enough, they're not putting new ones on you, so it's pretty easy to recover. It's almost like you sailed out of the event. Let me get the harpoon back. Looks like we lost it. But that's fine. We'll sail out a little and recover. Okay, we're ready to get back at it. We did leave one hole below so that we have some water. We'll get a bucket ready. And take that. Alright. See, as long as you get close enough, they're not even going to shoot at you. Now we'll just turn around to re-engage and... Oh, look at that. That last bucket that we gave them sunk them. Perfect. GG, Skellies, GG. Rest in pieces. Well, there you have it. Sink a skeleton galleon with nothing but buckets by using the harpoon and keep yourself close enough to reach them without getting hit. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more guides like this one. Until next time, stay honest.